Hello and welcome to What Culture Wrestling. Myself, Andrew Pollard. As you can see, I'm joined by a very, very special guest today, the president of Anthem Sports Group, but more importantly for wrestling fans, the president of TNA Wrestling, Carlos Silva. Carlos, how are you? Thanks for giving up some time to come and talk to us.
I'm doing great, Andrew. Nice to see you.
It's good. It's good. We like to always promote TNA as much as we can on this channel, so it's great to sit down and chew the fat with the man making the decisions at the top of the food chain. Now, of course, we are not long off the back of a hugely successful TNA Slammiversary, the highest ever attendance for a TNA event in North America, 7,623 in the UBS Arena, the most in 23 years of this company. It's crazy. Also, we do have, of course, Bound for Glory on the horizon, which we'll get to shortly. But just with Slammiversary, there is a Slammiversary Fade to Black documentary, which was available for VIP TNA Plus subscribers earlier in the week, coming up for all tiers of TNA Plus subscribers, I believe this coming Wednesday. How is it to be on that roll from that event? Because that was just to see that sort of crowd for it. Because as long-time TNA fans, it's just great to see that sort of the buzz, the attendance numbers. Just the numbers say it all.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, our talent, what the athletes did in the ring, AJ Styles showing up with our partnership with WWE, amazing. And it's just the energy in the arena just felt like a big event. It doesn't, the numbers are awesome and it's great that we broke records, but it just felt like if you were there, you were at a big event. And I think that's important because TNA is a big deal and we need to make sure our fans, we let them feel like it's a big deal. And I think that's what we did. So there's been a great glow, but like everything, Andrew, when you're in the sports entertainment business, you get to enjoy things for like a moment, but then you got to get back to the field of play and you got to go win again. And so we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep driving through all these great shows that we've got on our road to Bound for Glory. And we're going to try and break all the records again at Bound for Glory. We're not going to sit on Slammiversary as our only success. We want to go and get there and break the records again. Over these last 48 hours, we've had the biggest pre-sale for a pay-per-view that we've ever had. And so already 25-30% ahead of where we've been in any pre-sale going into this show outside of Boston and Lowell, Massachusetts. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, with Bound for Glory, it is Sunday, October the 12th, so it's a few months away from Songus Center in Lowell, Massachusetts, as you said there. I should probably throw in as well right now, there is a promo code for 10% off the annual TNA Plus VIP subscription if you use the promo code Phenomenal. I wonder where that comes from. And that code is valid through until the end of this month, the 31st of August. In between that, there are obviously we've got Emergence and Victory Road as well. There's so much to talk about with TNA. I guess one thing before we get into full Bound for Glory mode is there is the Fade to Black documentary, which, as mentioned, for VIP TNA Plus subscribers has already been available. Will be available for everybody on Wednesday this coming week, which may have passed by the time this interview comes out, but they'll be there to go and watch. And that is. It's a unique beast. I have watched it myself, an immersive documentary taking fans backstage at TNA. I mean, some people might think that obviously we've had WWE Unreal recently premiere on Netflix, which was more about the writing room and the process, kind of peeling the curtain back. This is more about the wrestlers themselves. I mean, there was a quote in the press release for Fade to Black about less wrestling, more human truth. And I think one thing that comes across really strongly is the sense of family back there. It's Eddie Edwards talks about having obviously his wife there, Alicia, but their kids, and Mike Santana's there with his kids, and Moose is there with his kids, and it's just the wider TNA family. It's not just a lazy term to throw out there. It really is these wrestlers and their families coming together. What can people who maybe have not seen Fade to Black, what can they look forward to, and how is that move backstage there these days? Because it seems to be hugely positive.
Yeah, it is hugely positive and it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of smiles and positivity that just ends up creating great stuff like what happened at Slammiversary. Yeah, we wanted to give everyone a little chance to get backstage, give everyone their own credential to be able to walk around. The team down in Nashville, led by Eric Tompkins, did an amazing job in putting together not only the pitch on why we should do it as we sat down before Slammiversary, but also then executed in just a great way. I mean, the teaser that went out was amazing. It made you want to watch the show. And if if you watch Fade to Black, or if you haven't yet, please do on TNA Plus. I promise you that you're going to enjoy it. You're going to get to feel the emotions, feel the sort of the power, the family, and just the hard work that goes into doing this. A lot of people think things just like wrestlers just kind of jump in the ring and they go wrestle. It's like there's so much that goes into it. There's so much preparation, and I think you see it on, in the hearts of all of our wrestlers, and also the staff and the team in what they have to do to pull off these big events. And so it's really a proud piece that I really enjoyed watching, and I think all the fans will as well.
Yeah, I think it's brilliantly well done, and it's what 35 minutes. So it's not like you need to book aside, 3-4 hours to watch this. And it's just really it pulls the curtain back a little bit, but not too much from my personal old school old man, shouting at clouds sort of taste, where it's like you just get to see these people. They're not having beers together and celebrating, but you just get to see a little bit of the man or women behind the performance, as it were. Now, I did mention TNA Bound for Glory, which is again Sunday, October the 12th, from the Sanger Center in Lowell, Massachusetts, which I believe is the first time TNA has run that venue since lockdown 2008, which was Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe in Six Sides of Steel. One of the greatest rivalries in TNA history. As you mentioned, tickets, it is what TNA's best ever pre-sale so far. Back then, for lockdown 2008, it was 5,500 fans, I believe, in attendance. Realistically, what is the aim this year? What are we looking for?
We're looking for more than at UBS Arena at Slammiversary. It's very, very simple. We've put out the challenge to the team. We want to break the record again. Let's keep getting bigger. And the only way to do it is to put the carrot out there for all of us to go get. And so the team is all, sort of wondered about it. Can we do it? How do we do it? And then everyone's like, yes, we're all going to do it together. So we've set up the arena to break the record, and we're going to go and do it. And I think the fans will support us and come out, and we'll celebrate together.
I like that attitude. Not we're going to try and break it. No, we're going to go and do it. Just great mentality to have with that. Now, I did mention there is, between now and Bound for Glory, there is Emergence and there is Victory Road, which are available on TNA Plus for the regular PLEs that are on there, as it were. Now, with that, there are obviously, with Victory Road, it's a little way off, so there's nothing announced, but Emergence, which takes place on August 15th, for the record, Victory Road is September 26th. But Emergence, there's 5 title matches there already. I mean, Mike Santana and Sami Callihan, not a title match, but that one's got my attention. Trick Williams defending the TNA World title against Moose. And then you've also got this total show stealer in my eyes, or potential show stealer of Leon Slater, defending the X Division title against Cedric Alexander. Now, Leon came and joined us on the channel here at WhatCulture Wrestling earlier in the year. Just the loveliest dude. And we also spoke to Nick Nemeth, who said that it was disgusting how talented that Leon was at 20 years of age. And I agree. It's just like, how is he this good? Obviously, recently won the X Division Championship, the youngest ever X Division champion. With someone like Leon, I just have to ask this from a UK perspective. Is that someone where you're looking and thinking like, right, this is someone we're going to build the company around, especially because the X Division has been so synonymous with TNA throughout the company's history as one of the cornerstone attractions?
Look, I mean, all you have to do is watch Leon wrestle for a couple minutes, and you realize not only is he a great wrestler, but he's an amazing athlete. An amazing athlete. He is. I saw Leon wrestle literally my first event when I joined the organization down in Atlanta. We were at Center Stage, which is a small arena, which was nice for me because I was, very sort of up close and able to, get to know everyone. But literally, I watched Leon in the ring, and outside of the ring that night, I just was like, where did this guy come from? The stuff that he's doing is insane. And so, look, we're excited that he's the youngest X Division champion. We're excited that we have, Leon. We've been able to develop Leon, and he's going to continue to, make TNA, great and big, and having the belt on him now is well deserved. You saw his excitement when AJ Styles came into the arena at Slammiversary. I think that's the amazing part about Leon too, is he's just so excited as a wrestler, as an athlete, as a performer, and as a person, and it's kind of contagious. I mean, you can't not love him, because you feel it. And so it's going to be great in Baltimore in a week, and then it'll launch us right into Bound for Glory for sure.
Yeah, and with Leon, he is one of there's a lot of people in the UK that grew up as TNA kids. because it was TNA was available on free TV, whereas obviously with WWE it was behind the paywall as such, with Sky Sports at that point in time. And so I know Leon's been wrestling from what 12, 13 years of age, which is nuts. Like it's crazy. But to see him have that moment with AJ, I mean, you have to be a cold-hearted son of a gun to just be like, whatever. No, that was watching that as a Leon Slater fan, as an AJ Styles fan, as a TNA fan. It's like that was so wholesome. Just the him jumping up and down like a giddy toddler. And I mean that in the best possible way. If you're watching this, Leon, was AJ? Did Leon know that AJ was coming out? Because there's been a few online rumors on that, and
No,
you know,
that was
brilliant.
all from Leon's heart.
Yeah,
There was a lot of stuff going on. He didn't know when it was going to happen. I mean, obviously, people saw AJ backstage, so everyone
yeah.
knew he was there. But when that music hit, he was excited as anyone else in the arena, and he just happened to be in the ring, and he showed all of us. Not only was he happy that he had the belt on his shoulder, but he was just excited to be part of the moment with AJ Styles coming back to TNA. Such a great homecoming moment for everybody.
Yeah, like a genuine nerd there. I got like proper little goosebumps on my back when you mentioned the music, because that is one of the all-time, regardless of any wrestling promotion, that is one of the all-time great wrestling themes. But before we move on to other specifics, I do have to. You mentioned him there as well. AJ's come up. Well, I think I brought him up, so it's my fault. But there is that tease of maybe something. Is that feasible? Do you think? Is there the chance of, even if it's just one match, just one more AJ Styles match under the TNA banner?
Yeah, look, I mean, never say never. I have to tell you that the WWE NXT partnership has been so great. They really supported us. They supported AJ. He wanted to come to Slammiversary. We obviously wanted him to come to Slammiversary, and they made it work for us. And I think the fans got to win as a result of that. So look, I think like every partnership, you work through these things. You figure out what works timing wise. You figure out what works at WWE and NXT, and we all try to figure out how to create great moments for the fans. So I'd say never. And like everything, we continue to go to work every day with them to try and create great storylines.
All I'm going to say, Carlos, is AJ Styles, Leon Slater, make it happen, make it happen. But speaking of the WWE relationship, how has that been for you? Because I mean, obviously, wrestling fans, some people will always grumble, especially online fans will grumble about how this might not be the fairest of relationships. To me, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a fantastic relationship that's worked out really well for both parties. I mean, it's an extremely positive one for TNA right now. The buzz behind the company, the visibility behind the company of of having championships on WWE program essentially. I mean, Joe Hendry at WrestleMania against one of the greatest of all time. How is that a bad thing? But for you, how's that relationship been before? I mean, even SummerSlam this past weekend, you had the Hardys there, the Dudleys there, and it was mentioned, referenced on commentary about, yes, these guys will be going at it one last time at Bound for Glory. So how's that relationship been for you so far?
No, look, it's been great. I mean, you did such a great job, Andrew, of hitting some of the points that I would make. I mean, it all, Royal Rumble was great when Joe Henry ran into Royal Rumble. It was great when Joe Henry was the surprise wrestler against Randy Orton. I was in the arena at WrestleMania, 70 plus thousand people all singing the Joe Henry song and waving their arms. I mean, amazing. Everything we do with NXT, here in the States on the CW every Tuesday night. I mean, TNA wrestlers are part of nearly every show, and it's exciting to see it, and it helps continue to elevate the brand. So yeah, look, the beautiful thing about wrestling is there's a lot of fans that love it. There's a lot of fans sometimes that hate it, but it's what you do. It's how you navigate and how you create all these storylines for all the fans. And so look, I have no complaints. We're going to continue to work together, and we're going to continue to bring great matchups for the fans. And
Yeah.
so that's what we'll do. We'll keep navigating between here and Bound for Glory, and we're already thinking about where it goes after Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned then about NXT being on, obviously on the CW, not bringing more eyes in because more people will see NXT talent on NXT, which is obviously clearly tied to WWE programming, and so that is clearly a win. Now there has been. You've been very open in interviews in the last couple of weeks and months about the TNA TV deal that obviously TNA's been on Access TV for, I believe, the last 6 years or so. which is Access is an Anthem-owned company. So people always kind of thought, like, will it be difficult for TNA to look elsewhere? But you've been, again, very open about how you're actively seeking a new TV deal. Rumors online that maybe A&E could be a front runner. Of course, they've got their own wrestling audience with a lot of WWE stuff on there, the LFG stuff as well lately. Then you do have something like the CW where that's in theory that's a network that's familiar with some of your talent already because of NXT. Where are things going? Because I mean, obviously, I don't expect you to come around and say, "Oh yeah, we're signing with this network at this date on this time, and we're going to debut them." But there was an interview, I think it was the one you did with Ariel Hawani, where he said a couple of weeks ago that possibly it could be like a 60 to 90 day window before something could be announced or at least would be put in place. Give us a scoop on that, please. Where are we? Where are we up to at that point, Carlos?
Yeah, I mean, it's only been a couple weeks since Slammiversary.
Yep.
A few things have happened since Slammiversary. Some more discussions have happened. We continue to work on it every day. It's the number one, number two, and number three on my docket, on my to-do list every day, which is how to bring TNA to a bigger audience. And by the way, not just in the States. We've already got a great deal with Sportsnet in Canada. We've already got a great deal with Claro in Mexico and a bunch of South American countries. We've got a great deal in India with Warner Brothers Discovery, but we need a great deal in the UK. We need a great deal in Germany, and we need a great deal in the US. And we're working on all of them. I do think the window is still about that same time frame. August does get a little slow in general for everyone, getting kids back to school at the end of August, taking a last vacation. So sometimes you do lose a week or two in August, but it's okay. We keep working every day. All I can tell the fans is it's my job to work on it every day. I take it very seriously. We're going to keep working on it because I want more and more fans to see what the team does and what the wrestlers do in the ring. It's a great product. There's a lot of heart and soul and emotion that goes into it, and we need more people to see it. I hope everyone can take a look and get on TNA Plus and see Fade to Black, because that gives everyone a little glimpse into what happens in TNA, and then hopefully come out to our shows. And as soon as we have it done and we can get the I's dotted and the T's crossed, we'll let you know, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And I would recommend Fade to Black. Absolutely, he's brilliant. Yeah, I'm a big Mike Santana guy, so just seeing Santana's like always great in that sort of. Again, he came and joined us on the channel, I think, last year. Just always an honest, open guy, and just a brilliant talent. So big things for him. I'm very aware of the time. I've got maybe 2 minutes left here, so I'm going to run through some very quick questions. Feel free to be a quick fire, I guess. Now, with I guess the first one I have to ask, just in case we get wrapped up, is TNA in the UK. When are we going to get it again, Carlos? Because it was the last time you guys were over here was 2023 for, I think it was 4 dates, a live tour. There's been talks over the years for ages about TNA coming and doing an actual, a big special. Is that something maybe that's feasible for 2026?
It's absolutely feasible. We're working on some We'd like to couple it with two other pieces. We'd like to couple it with a distribution deal and as well as a sponsorship deal over in the UK. We're working on both of those. And if we can get them to come together and we can thread the needle, we're going to come back to the UK. We absolutely want to. We're excited about it. Like everything, it's a work in progress. You gotta sort of pick your targets. Slammiversary was obviously a big target, big success. Bound for Glory as well, distribution deal, new sponsorship deals, expansion of territories. All of those are on our short list, and the UK is right there at the top of it.
Yeah, and if you could if you could have one WWE talent just for one day in TNA, one show, and vice versa, you could send one TNA talent to be showcased in WWE or NXT. Who are you going with each way?
I don't even know how to answer that question. There's so many different combos, and there's so much exchange right now. I like literally, Andrew, there's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 happening right now that are going on, and all of them are great. I don't know that I could choose one. I mean, we've seen what's happened with Joe Hendry, coming out of WrestleMania. It was so great having AJ Styles come and join us. I think I just think it's more, how do we continue to move across all of them? that, for me, the more that we can move across all of them and create these storylines, that's where the power comes. Whether it's the Hardys on SummerSlam yesterday, you're gonna see some wrestlers tomorrow night on the NXT show. It's gonna be great. We're doing some work right now with AAA down in Mexico. We had a great match last week with Santino against Ethan Page
Brilliant.
on
Yeah.
at NXT, also great. And so I think it's really just you're just going to see more and more of it. And I'm sorry, I can't say that there's one that I want to go each way, because there's so many more than just one.
I mean, you can look at the John Cena's, the Roman Reigns, the Mooses, the big names of both companies. I'm just thinking Leon Slater, Javon Evans. It's there. It's just, I mean, I think Leon even said
It's
himself,
all
yeah, that he's
yeah, it's all there. And when you have a great partnership, you can make it work. So that's what we're doing.
yeah. A very, very final question for me. I know I'm being cheeky asking this as well, but what for you has been the biggest challenge and the biggest reward of your time as TNA president? Approaching, well, 9 months now, back in December.
Look, I think the biggest challenge is probably just, probably not being an embedded wrestling guy for 10 or 20 years. There was probably some skepticism. Probably, maybe I had a little advantage that I've been in the live event space for a really long time and understand that dynamic. That was very helpful. And for me, this the biggest success and feeling has just been bringing the team together and seeing the team succeed at Slammiversary as sort of really the big first success together. I've been here since the beginning of the year, so we got that done, and the team really rallied around making it happen in really just a few months. And so I think there's more to come, but so far it's been super fun, and it's great having the team that we have to keep building TNA.
Yeah, in terms of that team, it is on full display, especially the roster and some of the producers for TNA Slammiversary Fade to Black, which for VIP TNA Plus members has already been made available, will be available this Wednesday on the 6th. I can do my maths, so the 6th of August for all tiers of TNA Plus, and it's an absolutely phenomenal watch. No pun intended. But speaking of that, there is, of course, the plug here, the promo code, where if you want an annual subscription to TNA VIP Plus, or TNA Plus VIP subscription even, then use the promo code phenomenal until the end of the month. We do have TNA Emergence on August 15th. We do have TNA Victory Road on September 26th. And then it is Bound for Glory on Sunday, the 12th of October from Lowell, Massachusetts, Songus Center, the fastest selling pre-sale event in TNA history. There are tickets available still. Go and get it. You've got a couple of months still for that. And I'm sure it will be a hell of a show. Carlos, thank you so much for giving us some time to come and talk to us. Any final words for the TNA fans out there?
I don't have any final words, Andrew. That was such a great wrap up. You stole my wrap up, which is the best part. So thank you for that. And look, just hope to see everyone, whether it's in Baltimore, whether it's in Minneapolis, whether it's in Edmonton, or whether it's in Lowell, Mass, over the next couple of months. Please come out. I know you'll have a great time. And if you get a chance or see me, please say hello. Love to see you out there. Thanks again, Andrew.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Carlos. You have a great rest of your evening. This has been WhatCulture Wrestling. I'm Andrew Pollard. This has been Carlos Silva. This has been TNA Talk. Have a great rest of your week.